So this is a very short video on how you can make or create a very good CV and a cover letter if you're asked when applying for jobs to make your CV stand out and make your cover letter stand out. So basically, a lot of people pay me to do CV, and sometimes I encourage them that they can do it themselves, but if you don't have confidence, that is when you can reach me. So basically, if you want to make your CV stand out, this is what you should look out for. I'm going to make it short as possible. Do well to subscribe to this video if you find this video very insightful, comment and share. Now, for a good CV, you don't need your CV to be more than 2 pages. Yes, 2 pages. 3 pages is too, it's the highest it can be, the limit. But basically, standard is 2 pages. So before you start writing your CV for a particular job, you need to understand that every job, you don't need to make a generic CV for any kind of job. For example, if you're writing you're applying for a job, probably a nursing job, in your CV, everything about your experience or whichever thing should be connected to that nursing. You don't expect you're applying for a nursing job and on your CV, your experience, you're putting a software engineer, or you're putting restaurant, you worked in a restaurant and stuff like that. It does not make sense, does it? No. So first thing you need to understand that your CV needs to connect with that job. That is to say, it's possible to have more than one CV. It's allowed. Like you have to have CV1 for nursing, CV2 restaurant, CV3 teaching, CV4 waiter, waitress, whatsoever, just like that. So whenever you get this particular opportunity, you just put your that. If it's that CV you've already done, put it. If you've not done it, you have to do it. Number 2, without wasting most of your time, always make your background very short. Like it should be very, very, very short. Like 4 lines is the maximum it can be. Like your background, the beginning, very, very short. Don't make it more than that. Don't put picture in your CV, please. I beg you in the name of God. You don't need to put picture in your CV. European standard doesn't need your picture. Your email and your phone number and your name written boldly is enough. Putting your skill set is also very, very nice. Don't explain anything, just put your skill set and that's all. Then in your experience, this is how you should write your experience. Your experience should be basically more like this in these 3 phases. The first part should be in one experience, just in your roles and responsibility. When you're writing the sentence, you should have this, you should make sure it has these 3 things. Action verb, meaning that it should not start with a pronoun. It should not start with I did. It should start with an action verb like created, powered, wrote. You know what an action verb is. I don't need to tell you. Action verb is an action word. Like that is what you should put. It should end in ed or something, like an action verb. Then followed by the task you did. The task you did and the results. That's what you should know. Action verb, task you did, what you actually did. Then lastly, the result you got from it for every sentence you're writing in your role, like you played in that particular experience. So like that, you should have it like 3 for each experience. Like 3 points for each experience. So I come again for if you don't understand. Each bullet point should have a verb, an action verb, task you did, and the results of what you did in a sentence for 1 bullet point. Second bullet point, 3 bullet points is okay. 3 bullet points is okay. 2 is also okay. 3, anything more than 3 is too much. Go to your next experience, write it 3 bullet points. Go to your next experience, write it 3 bullet points. It's okay. Connected to that job you are applying for. I don't know if it makes sense. If it makes sense, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Comment if it's confusing. Then this is majorly a lot of people's mistake. They tend to write education before your experience. Like, who cares about your education in this generation? If you're going for a job, what you are needed to put first should be your experience. Your experience, probably your skill set first, then your experience. Your skill set, then your experience. After your skill set, your experience, then after your experience, your education, then any other award you've probably gotten. Your education should even be the last. I don't know if I'm making sense. Your education should probably even be the last. It's fine. You don't have an issue with that. Don't ever put your education first whenever you're applying for a particular role or a particular job. Okay, I think this is all you should know. Then your reference should be available on request. You don't need to put the phone numbers of them, just available on request. Make it short and simple. Keeping it simple is always the best. You don't need to write stories. I've told you how to do it. Keep it short and simple, no too long story. So this is how you can write your CV yourself. But if you still, after this video, still don't feel confident on writing your CV, then that is when you can reach out to me on my seller. Then I'll charge you what I charge for a good CV and a standard CV. So about the cover letter, how to write a cover letter. A lot of companies don't really read cover letter. They just request for it. But you can't say who is in charge. But most definitely, if your cover letter is too long, they would never read it. They will never read it if your cover letter is too long. Trust me, they will never read it. Always try as much as possible to make your cover letter very, very short. So, what do you need to do? Your cover letter. How do you need to start your cover letter? First of all, start your cover letter with a very short introduction about yourself. A very short introduction, not more than 3 lines. My name is Samson Pius. I'm from Nigeria and a graduate of Harbour Space University in Thailand. Very, very simple and very, very short. That's what they want to know. Don't stress us. Don't tell them about your family problem and don't make it long. Then the next thing the next paragraph should be appreciating their work, what you've seen them do. Do you get? Don't just bomb in and start telling them why you need the job. This is how I think you should do it. If you find it very valuable, then you should do it. Appreciate them. Probably you need to see what they've done or work they've done and tell them that this work was really amazing. You love this, you love that. Just bust their brain. Everybody wants to be celebrated. What they are working on, this is good, I love it, and it's really, really nice. Now you've appreciated them, what they've done. The next paragraph should now be what you can bring to the table. Probably what you can do to probably make it even more better, or how you fit into that position. Try to make it very short, no more than 3 lines. 2, fine. What you're bringing into the table. Then lastly, appreciate them for trying to read into this point. Like if probably they're going to read it, appreciate them, thank them, and waiting for their favorable response. Keeping it very, very, very short, not more than 200 lines, 200 words is okay. Then this is a little tip for you, like a very little tip. If you're probably rejected and you get a response that we are sorry that you are rejected for this job and you don't fit, thank them. Yes, tell them thank you. That is courtesy for them to respond to you. Even if you don't fit, tell them thank you. I really appreciate your response. But if there is any other position that is probably likely to fit me, I would greatly appreciate if I am informed. Simple as ABC. It's not hard. This is what you should do. It's courtesy and it will get to leave a lasting impression. Then it's okay to always check back after 3 months. If you get rejected, doesn't mean you shouldn't apply to that company again. After 3 months, you can apply again. After 6 months, you can apply again. But don't apply after 2 weeks. No. After 3 months, it's okay, you apply again. And always tell them thank you anytime you get rejected. It's courtesy, it makes it stand out. If you enjoyed this video, I don't want this video to be long and it's valuable, please do well to press that subscribe button and share this video and comment. This is the only way you can get opportunity. You need to be very loyal and humble and you get more opportunity. Maybe this is what is making you not to get it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. My name is Samson Pius. See you again in my next video. Good night.